Hi, everyone. Let's see. Hello, April. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Anna Grissom. How y'all doing? I love that intro. I'm sorry, I just do. Wow. I'm getting a lot of this. Believe it or not, these are all sovereign citizen and First Amendment audits. Believe it or not. Jeezy cow. You can tell I've been away all day. Maybe watch Freshman. Awesome. Oh my god. They just keep coming. Alrighty. Okay, let me get things set up. Your phone is charged and you're ready to roll, says April. Okay. Maybe I should put a thing out saying that I was going to go live tonight. I thought everybody knew, but apparently, yeah. April as can be as good as expected. Awesome. Awesome, Sandra. So did y'all have a good day today? Let's see. Alright. I need to do something here. My little... Whoops. You can tell my green screen is like... There we go. I guess I need to move it over a little bit. There. Texas Farmhouse, hello. Carrot Top, hello. Trying to get my green screen to fit. It's so picky. Click on it. If I move it anymore. Oh. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, now the green screen's full. Texas has been watching some of your videos. Good work, girl. Good work, girl. Good work, girl. Carrot Top, why don't you come over and put on a comedy show for us? Dead serious. Todd B, hello. Les, I've had an Indian accent all day. Hello. Oh, really? Oh, you loser. You loser. Why don't you go jump and kill yourself, you B-word. That was awesome this morning. That really was. I'm not gonna lie. That was awesome this morning. They can be very mean, those scammers. Oh, please. I've heard people in my own house talk worse than that. That ain't nothing. But that was perfect. Okay, now they're saying bad video settings. I don't see why, because... Snickerdoodle, hello. Hey Liz, glad you're on. I lost my signal when you was on earlier. It took several hours for a signal to come back. Aw. Well, you can rewatch it. I'll let you. And I don't know why it's saying it's bad. Everything else is in the green. Anna Fulton, hello. I don't know why it's saying it's bad. Hope everybody's had a good day. Todd, I almost did a Taco Bell run for you. Almost. I thought, no, it'll be too late. Make sure to hit that thumbs up for Les. She appreciates all your support. Yes, I do. 100%. 100%. And you know, I got dinged on that video earlier too. I had to put in a manual review. Everything I do is a manual review. Every freaking thing. And I don't know why. I can't get no more vanilla than what I am. You had 1 foot out the door. I had 1 foot in my shoe. Anna says, April, hey hun, make sure no ambient till after LEZ'S live. Anna said, still the scammer in my head. Oh yeah, I was gonna call some more, but I decided to lay down for about 2.5 hours. Yeah, seriously, Liz, you're vanilla as can be. Trust me, I am so boring vanilla. Big Feet, hello. Says Big Feet says, hey, Suge. Hey, baby. Anna, that was funny the other night, says April. Yeah, that was funny. Anna, with her 110-year-old self, sitting here drunk as crap on high. That was funny. She was on her phone driving down the road. She was wanting ice cream, but no ice cream shop was open, so she wasn't happy. Yes. Anna's like, hush, Les, they're gonna believe you. No, they're not. Nobody believes anything I say. Really? Nobody believes anything. Nada. Zilcho. Zero. Zip. Nada. But like I said, I hope everybody had a good day. I had a long, weird day. Like I said, I only got about 2.5 hours sleep, and yay. Sandra says, I do. Not when I'm joking around like this. Walmart is always open for ice cream. She was wanting soft serve. And it says, ending good. Alright. Awesome. This is such a great little group here. You guys are all awesome. Awesome. Damn. Well, 24-hour McDonald's for ice cream. Oh yeah, I have to go all the way to Nerk for that. They shut mine down. Everything shuts down in Heath at 10 o'clock, 11 latest. Midnight for McDonald's. You have a Dairy Queen, Les? Yep. I have Dairy Isle. Anna says ours closes at midnight now, so does ours. I love McDonald's Hot Fudge Sundaes, says April. Walmart, UDF. Yep. But I'm not going all the way clear. I'm not traveling. No. No, I'm not going all the way over there to UDF. Although they have excellent milkshakes. I ain't gonna lie. They have excellent milkshakes. But we have a Dairy Queen. I rarely ever go. They're too expensive for what they give you. I'm like, really? $5 for that? No, I don't think so. Then I go Dairy Isle. Ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. I love McFlurries, but I haven't had one in ages. Always tell them to put a bunch of hot fudge in it. I'm too serious. Sarah, hello. You guys making me hungry, and I already am at 1,400 calories. That's my limit. Aww. Somebody has excellent raspberry chip. Big Feast says, I'm sorry, but I just can't bring myself to go to McDonald's. I call it McDemons. Sandra, love Dairy Isle, yup. I know, April. Dang peanut. About empty tonight. Well, I can honestly say I have not eaten all day. I'm getting ready to munch on 5 lemon cookies. When I was in Texas, they had Brahms ice cream. They were the bomb. They have excellent ice cream shops in Columbus. They really, really do. But he's like, yep. I call it McDemons because all their buildings went black, and nobody believed me when ours was being redone. And I said, it's black. They said, no, it's not. It's brown. I said, it's black. So I did a video, and I showed them. It's black. I said, so dreary. Oh, my God. What happened to bright colors? That is McDonald's. Oh, my God, Les. Not good. Eat, girl. Lemon cookies sound so good. Hey, I'm going to be eating something later. Snickerdoodle said he's great. He is 100% better. Awesome. At the moment, he is passed out in my arms. Aww. Sarah says they had Brahms in the Ozarks when I lived there, and incredibly, I never went there. My BFF's son worked at Brahms this summer. Awesome. Anything besides plain bread sounds good, says Anna. Texas is very fresh, great burger, an amazing selection of ice cream and shake malts. Ooh, I haven't had a malt in forever. Todd says, hey Texas, loved their peppermint ice creamy. April says, Snicker all. If you go to my channel, I put a little video up of all my fur babies. Just for fun. I guess I'm no YouTuber. Wish I was. I'm too boring. Me too. I'm very boring. But I'm still here. April says, Todd peppermint is so good. I love pumpkin ice cream. Ooh. Ooh. The only thing I like pumpkin is pumpkin pie. That's it. For real. No, Les, you are interesting. I don't think so. I don't think I'm interesting at all. Now, y'all are making me hungry now. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to have once I end this live stream. Dead serious. Tex is like, I'm trying to work over here. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's been a crazy day. I'm not afraid to tell you about an hour ago. Could go for Polish sausage. Nah. Sticker thanks. The black kitty is a year old now. That's my Rocky. Aw. I got kind of some bad news about an hour ago, and it's upsetting news. So Gamma Lily got to go to bat. They're wanting to send my Nina an hour away to Columbus, to an all-deaf school in the middle of Columbus. And they plan on keeping her there till she graduates. And it ain't happening. It's not happening. No. I said she needs to be here where I can work with her. She is loved. I said they can keep her stupid Social Security check. I want her here in my home. I want her in my home. I said I will sacrifice and do what I need to do. I said I'll take everything out of this office. Everything out and go back to being boring. And just doing it old school. I will. That she is to be here in this home where she is loved, cared for, she is with family. And her parents just can't deal with her. She's too hyper. So we're going to see what we can do. Thank you, Texas, because you know they're not going to bus her every day. And they have dorms there. And in the winter, she's not going to hardly be here. So, thank you. So, I said, look, I can work with her. Give me the chance to work with her. I can do it. She loves to play school with me. She listens to me. She loves learning. Maybe this school is the best for her. I don't know. Not in Columbus. Her parents, especially her mom, they just can't handle her. I don't have a problem with her. But we're going to see. We're going to see. My Nina needs to be with her Gamma. So. And she's not completely deaf. Grandma knows best. This will all work out. Yeah. It'll all work out. One way or the other. So. Has me a little upset. But we're going to see. Gamma's going to go to bat. I'm going to give it my old try, but considering I'm not blood, you know. Other than that, like I said, I've just had a long, weird day. Long, weird day. But, yeah. I suppose, we should get this show on the road. What do you guys think? Let me play the intro again because I love the intro. Need to have the love you can give. You keep doing what's right. We got your back, hon. Thank you. It will all work out. as it should. Sending you love. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. Let us play. Let's go and play the intro again, and then let's get started with this thing, okay? I just love it. Okay, so look at them. I don't know. Here, let me show you. Look at them all. Yes. Ooh. Look at the little babies. Look at all them little grays. Of course, you got an astronaut. Don't know what the heck he's doing. If I get dinged on this one, I'm gonna go crazy because. Alright, let's put our, well, this is my version of a sparkly aluminum hat. Because I don't want them to know what I'm thinking. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna. And Linnell Sorg, hello. Big feet, all fake. Heck yeah, it is. Okay. So. Todd B says, welcome to New Mexico. Welcome to Nevada. Connie Baldwin, hello. Okay, everyone. Now, we've all heard of Area 51. And we know this. I got to talk to Chris because I want it to where I have a time clock up here. All right, I got to get used to doing it this way. I'm going to have a countdown time clock till the raid, and I'm going to sit here. I swear, I'm going to throw me a little party. I'm going to have me some popsicles, and I'm going to have... No, I don't think I'm going to have some frozen custard. This deserves frozen custard. I'm going to have me some frozen custard, and I think we're going to have... you know what? I think I might actually make a hot dog with this one. I'm going to, of course, have my cigarettes and water. You know, my... When is that supposed to be? I think September 21st or 22nd, something like that. I think is somewhere. I think it's 21st, 22nd. So, you know, I'm waiting for this raid that's never going to happen. But hell, I'm going to start throwing me a party. Matter of fact, I'm going to put sprinkles on my custard. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a party. I'd have confetti and a little woo thing, you know. Yay. Let's see. Glad that I caught Les on. I'm glad too. So we've all heard of the Area 51. They think there's something there. I'm laughing at the little alien waving at me. Sorry, I'm a silly mood. Oh no, go ahead. That's why I put it up here. You're gonna have to change your background. Yeah. Why you don't like them waving at you and being all like that? Oh my god, I didn't realize it moved side to side. I just thought the alien dude moved. uh, well, anyway. So I've said millions of times, there's not really anything there. That's not where they need to look. That's not where anybody needs to look. Vicky, hello. Hey, Lezaroni. Hey, waving aliens. Oh, God. Vicky, I think, has called me Lezaroni forever. I love it. My dad had second eye surgery, but is home and doing better. Awesome, Anna. Awesome, awesome. That's great. Fantastic. So anyway, so I've said for a long time, I said, you're going to have to go. And I said, there's a place that's close, and then there's a place that's 40 miles away. I said, that's where the good stuff is. It's not at Area 51. And that's what I said. Even if they cross the fence, they cannot get into the facility. And if they did, they're not going to find anything. They'll find stuff, but not what they're thinking. It's not there. Area 51 now is just a ruse to keep you away from what really is going on. And one of them, thanks April, was a nervous wreck. So one of the places, so the raid is to happen at Area 51, yep, is to happen at Area 51, but like I said, I've said it for so long, there's nothing there. And I've always said, you have to leave. It's not there. There's a place that's kind of close, and there's a place that's like, I think it's 40 miles away. And that's where they have the stuff that they're wanting to see. And the one place is Area S4. Now, the interesting thing about Area S4 is that it's on the Area 51 compound. It truly is. It's 15 minutes or 15 miles south of Area 51. It's in plain sight. And that's where they have what they're looking for. How do we know this? Well, we don't know. Oh, Anna says, oh, dang, gotta go, go. Be right back, loves. Oh, I get it. Okay. So you gotta go woo-woo or wee-wee. Okay. So, nobody knows anything for 100% sure unless we see it with our own eyes. Unless I am there able to touch it and stuff, I'm not going to believe it with my own, until I see it with my own eyes. The way CGI is nowadays, although I do not do CGI, don't know how to do CGI, and that's way out of my budget. Way out of my budget, and YouTube ain't worth it. But we really don't know anything for 100% sure, but we do know this. There is a gentleman by the name, and you guys have heard it here before, Bob Lazar. Now, what makes Bob Lazar so important? There's plenty of people speaking out about this kind of stuff. There's plenty of people who think they know everything, and they don't. But who's going to dissuade him? And who's going to sit there and say, I don't believe you? It's like everything else, I believed in the tooth fairy until I was old enough to realize my mom was underneath my pillow. Who's to say? But with Bob Lazar, I learned about him from you, Les. Well, hey, I'm glad I'm teaching. Bob Lazar, back... was it 70s? It was late 70s or around 80. He actually worked on the Area 51 compound. And he told his story. And the reason why he told his story is because he was threatened. He even had a gun. He said they literally had a gun in his face, an inch away from his face, and they were going to blow him away. The problem is, he spoke. Because he saw what was happening. And he had made, what had happened was, he made an inquiry about something. And Bob Lazar, he still speaks to this day, if you ask him. And his story has never ever changed. And he's been through a battery of lie detectors and people analyzing his moves, his speech, everything on him. He's passed. Nobody can dispel what he says. They're like, he's telling the truth. And so this is why he's important. When he inquired about something, the government just automatically took him off of the project he was working on. You remember me telling you how my granddad and my Uncle Gary, they would work, because Gary went to Wright-Patterson and he was escorted in. He had to go through all these checkpoints and he had to go through all these different things, get to the one area that only he was working on. And they wouldn't tell him. They just said, do this. Make it do this. Okay. Granddad said the same thing. They didn't know what anyone else was working on. And Bob said the same thing. He went in with a friend of his. And he said, I don't even know why they even chose me. He said, I can name 20 people who are more qualified and more advanced than I was to look at this stuff. He says, I don't even know why they got me. And, so he went in with a friend of his. And, they didn't know what each other was working on. But he knew right away what he was going to be working on, because he said, I looked right at it. He said, I walked in. And he said, and it was not at Area 51, it was Area S4. That I walked in and it was right there. And he went up and he was looking at it and he touched it and he got in trouble for it. He said all he heard was click, 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 and they said, don't touch it. He said, I'm not going to work on it if I don't touch it. So he told what he was working on what he himself was working on, which was just absolutely fascinating in itself. And when they told him to leave, he took something with him. Now, I remember the periodic chart when I was in chemistry. And I had 2 years of chemistry. You know, I had a year in high school, a year in college. And the periodic table has grown since. And I will tell you what it is, what he took and everything, but I want to get his story out. So he did take something and he hid it, and they've never been able to find it. It's not in his workshop. It's not in his workshop now to this day. They cannot find. His house has been raided and his workshop's been raided. I don't know how many times. People he knows, their homes have been raided, this and that. They have never been able to find what he took. So he knew he was in trouble. Not because of what he took, because of what he knew. So things were progressing with the raids and everything like that. And he said, you know what? If I don't tell someone now, it's going to be out there and I have nothing to fight with. So he gathered his friends and his wife, who they told him. They literally told him the day they had the gun to his head, your wife is cheating on you and we have the proof. And they played all the proof. Her thing was, and Bob said, I can't blame her, because they would pick him up and he would be gone. And she didn't know they were picking him up. He would drive somewhere, they'd pick him up, fly him to that area, and he'd be back on weekends. She thought he was cheating on her, because he wasn't allowed to say what he was doing. They were all sworn to secrecy. They couldn't say a word. And he kept his promise. You know, he was one of those until that moment. So he took his friends and took his wife, and they went out to that area around Area 51. And he said, we were miles away, but we never thought, dummies, they're in the pitch dark and they have their lights on. So the first night they went, he said, I want to show you something. And he showed them. And he said, you see those lights right there? Watch. And they just doing all kinds of things. And his wife and his friends were totally disbelief. They're like, what the heck? And he told them what it was. They were alien craft. So he said, we went like 3 or 4 times. And he said, you know, they weren't thinking, because they were miles away. Miles and miles away. But they could see it. Well, he didn't think that they could see him. And of course they can. He said, we had a Winnebago, throwing a party, you know, getting drunk, lights everywhere, noise, this and that, just watching these alien ships. And of course, they knew they were there. So he said, next thing we knew, we were surrounded. And he said, they come up on you, and he's like, now. And we were like, okay. So the cat was out of the bag as far as the government was concerned. And Bob was safe, because what are they going to do? Kill all them people? Really? So he had what they were wanting. One of the things that they were wanting, and they were wanting him to shut his mouth. He had this item that they could never find and haven't yet today, and he will not speak. He just gives a little poop-eating grin, and that's all he'll do. He won't speak. He won't say where it's at. So he's been safe because he did rat. And there was a news journalist involved in this. So, but he won't say who it is, but they have all the information. Now, people, this is a for real thing. Bob Lazar has never changed his story, and he has never shown any signs of lying. He's been the same all along. The very same thing all along. Now, there are times he'll tell a little more detail than others, but you know how it goes. I mean, you know, I can tell the story of my day, and then tomorrow I can sit there and tell you the same thing, but I'm going more into detail with it. Doesn't mean anything changed. It's still the same day. We've all done that, you know. Depends on how much time you have and how you feel. We're all like that. I don't blame him. But he has never shown, I mean, he has been through a battery of lie detectors, and he's been through a battery of professionals just watching him, just to get a glimpse of something he could be lying about, and they have yet to do it. That is why Bob Lazar is so important, because he worked on him. And Les, when did all this happen with him? In the 60s? No, this was around the 80s, I believe. It's around the 80s, I believe, early 80s. So they've been working on this stuff for a long time. Now, what he did, what he worked on, and he can tell you the layout of the facility. But what he worked on was what I was trying to describe to you guys before. He was the one that I was telling you, although I didn't say his name, that he went and he looked at their propulsion system. And he was looking at it, and he discovered, he said, wait a minute. One tube, he said it was about 4 feet, you know, but the top of this tube, and he said there was many of them. So he was working on it, and he said, wait a minute. This is a gravity machine, which is amazing because it's what propelled the ship. And he said there were no seats, there were no doodads, no windows. He said, I don't know how to start it up or nothing. But each one of those tubes was a gravity machine, which led to something else that caused it to move at speeds you can't think of. You can't. So while he was working on this and saying, look, this is a gravity thing, let's figure out how it works. Same thing my granddad did with other stuff, reverse engineering. So he's looking at this, and he's like, and he says, I still can't figure out why they brought me in on the project, because there's 20 people who are more qualified. But what he discovered, and this is what they were looking for, there was something within these tubes that helped propel. It was like a power source, so to speak. Had to be mixed with other things, but in and of itself, it's a very complex but very stable. It's a very stable substance that can be. It can, if they wanted to, use that as a weapon if they wanted to, but he said it just, you know, wouldn't be so feasible. But I mean, you could do it. But in and of itself is so important. And if you look at the periodic chart, it's element 115. I forget the name, don't ask me. But it is element 115. And that element 115, the government said, oh, we created this and this and that. No. He said element 115 is truly alien. Truly alien. And he said they had 5 pounds of it. And Bob Lazar took a pound when he left. But he will not talk about it. Nobody knows where it's at. He will not say. But element 115 can be used for a lot of things. And like everything else, can be used for good or bad. But that is the one thing with all of that technology and the gravity machine and those tubes. Per Google, is called, yeah, that's what, Moscovium. Yeah. That is truly 100% alien. That is what the aliens had on that ship. Use that along with these gravity machines. Boom. He said that's what makes it move. How long has that been part of the periodic table? I don't know, but I don't recall that when I was in chemistry. Of course, that was forever ago. That was, what, 30 years ago? You know, I don't know how long it's been there, but that is what it is. That's what Bob Lazar took. And he took a pound of it. And honestly, you ask him about it and he clams. He'll give a little grin, then he won't say nothing. He'll just look down and away. He will not say. I can tell you this, with Bob Lazar, he can keep a secret if he wanted to. So, but that's what was there. Sarah says per Wikipedia 2016. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they might as well, because what? They finally announced that Area 51 was real in 2013. That would be so cool to see. I don't know if I'd want to see it. No way. I don't know if I would, because no. So, Bob Lazar, he just tells the facts. He's like, this is what happened. This is what I saw. And he said, it's not at Area 51. Wikipedia also says about 100 atoms of Moscovium have been known to exist. 5 pounds? Doubt it. Well, I wouldn't believe Wikipedia on a lot of that either. And I would, he was there. They had 5 pounds of it. Bob Lazar has a pound. But yeah, like I said, you can believe anything or not, but I'm just telling you the facts. I'm just telling you the facts of what is being said. No, he's not in hiding. He is not in hiding. He works on other things and stuff like that, and people will call him, hey, can you do an interview? Sometimes he said yes, sometimes he says no. But 100 atoms of Moscovium has been known to exist. They didn't know about it until the aliens came, so and they're not gonna tell the truth. But then again, there are people that don't believe, and that's fine. Either way, I'm just stating what is being said about Area S4. Now, it's a quickie reference source. I know that if I edited the page and said there were 5 pounds of it, they would delete that edit unless I could provide proof. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to prove how many existed and stuff. But either way, I'm just stating what they're saying about S4. So, Area S4. Now, Area S4 itself is what houses what they're trying to find at Area 51. And that's fine. I mean, some of this stuff is far-fetched, let's face it. Are there books about this man? Yeah, I think there might be. I know there's definite videos where he's given his thing. I know there's articles been written about him. Even when he was so-called arrested and stuff, it was in the paper wherever he was at the time. But I think there might be. His name is Bob Lazar, or some people call him Robert. Lazar. I am skeptic sometimes, but the more I learn here, I think twice and that it's real. It's just like with everything else, you guys, sometimes you have to take things with a grain of salt. Sometimes you have to dig into the web, and sometimes it's just like, really? And like I said before, there are things out there that we don't know. We really don't know. And we're lay people, so we really don't know. We're just lay people. We just read and gather information and use our intelligence to figure things out. Which is what you should do. You should question everything. You should always question everything. I do. I question that picture behind me, whether it's real or not. I do. I don't know. I think it might be. They're so friendly. So you should question everything. But Bob Lazar does say this about Area S4. He says what they're looking. He says Area 59. He said Area 51 is basically a test site. He said that is what it has become. He says, we come up with it and they test it there. He said, why do you think that they have runways and stuff? He said, there have been times, these planes go in all these formations and stuff over the Nevada desert and things like that. And he said, that's what it's for. We have tested a bunch of things there that the government wants to come out with. So he said it is a test site for whatever we discover and whatever we can manufacture. And he says, Area S4 is where they're at. Now, he said, I personally never saw, this is what he says, he never saw the little gray men. He said he was never privy to that. It wasn't until he was starting to look around and see what other people were working on. And he could never figure out why he wasn't allowed to touch the ship. He said, I was inside the ship. He said that was fine, but he wasn't allowed to touch the outside. And he doesn't know why. But Area S4 is the one which is 15 miles south on the Area 51 compound. It is right there. It's 15 miles south of it. And he said he would be taken to Area 51, and then he would transfer to a bus. Him and a few other people, they were not allowed to talk. They were not allowed to talk. And he said they would be bused south, and everybody knew what they had to do. So he won't say exactly every little detail that he worked on. He just can't. And I don't blame him. He needs something in his back pocket in case they decide to get him. He's an older man now, but he still looks the same, except for he's got gray hair. He looks the same. I didn't think he could get any thinner, and I think he's gotten a little thinner. Because the man is literally a stick with skin on it and a brain. He literally is. So I don't blame him. He needs something in his back pocket, I'm sure there's more to it than that. I know one thing. If he can keep the secret of where that 115 he has, and he just he'll just smile. He won't say. And you would think, the way he looks away and stuff, no, he's not lying. He's not lying. He's trying to deflect, but he's not lying. So yeah. So I'm wondering, first of all, how dense is 115? I need to know how dense it is. So that would be nice to know. Because, a pound of feathers and a pound of bricks both weigh the same, but it's a lot less space. You know what I mean? That information is probably in a safety deposit box, only to be opened upon his death. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. The government went through his friends' homes and stuff like that, and amazingly enough, Bob and his wife are still together. She thought he was cheating, and so she cheated with a pilot. So, a test pilot at that, I think it was. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's his private life. So, that's so crazy to me. I want to know where it is. I don't. Because my luck, little gray things will come down and say, where's our stuff? I ain't got it. Yeah, you do. It's all over your hands. I don't see anything. Well, no, because we can see it. You can't. Like, damn, I'm busted. So at S4, supposedly houses at least one ship that we know of, and supposedly a couple little gray men. And I'm saying little gray men because he said the compartments weren't that high. So he, it would behoove because there were no seats. So they would have to walk around. So the ship itself inside wasn't that high. And there was a couple levels. You had the bottom part, main part, and top part. No way to tell the density with just 100 atoms. Mr. Lazar is 6 years old. Yeah, he still looks good. I can tell you that right now. So, I'm not saying he was a good-looking man. I'm just saying for what he's been through in 60, he looks good. So he knew there was little gray men, and that's what he called. He had said that before in an interview. How many? He's not 100% sure, but we do know that when you stand up, yeah. And one thing that amazed him was there were no seats, there was no windows. But once you started up, you never know. The window can appear, and if they can travel that fast, why do they need seats? They can be home in 20 minutes. I'm sure people were getting dizzy with that. So was April said, I stand eye tray. I think trazodone for sleep. Hopefully I don't get loopy. Takes a while to kick in. I should be good. Todd says, at April, whiskey works for me. Anna says, hang in there with us, April. Still not taking mine yet. Todd, I bet red wine used to do it too. Trazodone don't do crap for me. That stuff's like Pez candy. So we know there's at least a few people that was working on what was in there. His was the propulsion. Now, there were plenty of other places. There were plenty of other areas within S4. It wasn't just his area. And he said there was only one time that everybody was gathered. They were gathered around the ship for some reason. And I can't remember what he said it was. And he said it was only one time. And that's when he started making the questions, started asking questions of the other people, and that's when they were asked him to leave. Now, so between that area and another area that I'm talking about that's like 40 miles away. Now, there has been, and they never actually said Area 51. They said in the area of Area 51. So I'm wondering if it isn't, since Bob Lazar says the good stuff is still on the Area 51 compound. It's just 15 miles south of the Area 51 hangar. I call it the hangar. We're just going to call it that for right now. And S4. Now, I do know there are other people who have said they were at Area 51. Well, they could be telling the truth 100%, because Area 51 is a huge compound. It's not just the main facility. It's a huge compound, okay? And that they have said that they have seen tall aliens. Liz, did you see the Perseid meteor showers are present this week? Is it this week? I thought it was later. But I'll definitely get out there to see it. Just like I did Jupiter. So And for anybody who wants to know, the Perseid meteor shower, the meteors come from Perseus. That's why it's called the Perseid. And we went over Perseus and all that. So, and how to find him, and the Medusa's head, and and Andromeda, and Pegasus, and Cassiopeia. So there have been other people who said within our government, who has worked for our government, within our government, who has said that they have actually seen tall aliens, which the tall aliens are supposed to be the nicer aliens. If you ask me, they're all, but that's my opinion, but of the nicer aliens, in that they were here to learn and teach us. So it's a two-way street. But they're very tall. Even the kids are very tall. And they're white. The tall aliens are mostly white. Although there are what they call the white aliens, who are like albino white. But they are white, is what they were described. But when they realized, they said when they realized that we were looking at them, they went inside. They skedaddled. Let's see. Are there big caves that another facility could be made? Oh, it takes bigger than a cave. Channel 9 News said last night, but was cloudy and sprinkled rain in April. So I never realized until recently that E.T. was here on a botanical expedition. Yeah. And he got left behind. I never knew there were tall aliens. Yeah. There's... Some people say there's 30, some people say there's hundreds. Look. I figure there's a different species of aliens for every star that's out there. Because every star has a solar system, so to speak. So, it's just like us. But, yeah, so... If... What Bob Lazar said... that when he went into the ship, they're not very high ceiling, and he was throughout the whole ship. Do they have another ship there, so to speak? Supposedly, yes. Because the tall aliens, I mean, these things are 6, 7, 8 feet tall. That's why they're called the tall aliens. So it makes you wonder, what on earth is really going on? Many years ago, Mad Magazine had a thing called A Mad Look at Aliens. In one panel, 2 small aliens kidnap a woman and start doing experiments on her. I loved Mad Magazine. I did. And so there have been people who have been saying that they've been to Area 51 and they saw alien craft, aliens, and that there's another facility 40 miles away. I believe it's, well, it just depends on where you're looking at the facility. There was no compass, so I didn't know if we were facing north or whatever, but it's 40 miles away. It's around there. And that one is actually bigger, supposedly. Bigger. Sarah said, several minutes later, 2 very angry big aliens walk into the room, and the mom alien escorts her off the ship, while the dad alien spanks the child aliens over his knee. Oh. Look, I look at it this way. I don't trust any aliens. And I'm not talking aliens from Earth. I'm talking about foreign bodies, um, UFO aliens. Um, I don't trust one of them. Not a one of them. Um, but it is something to think about, and it's something very interesting. That here you are listening to this guy telling these incredible stories about how he worked on this project, and I can't go into detail because I'm not a scientist or anything, and I just know what it looks like, because he drew a diagram, and what he was talking about, and he couldn't say everything, but apparently, yes, there were, um, I call them the little grays because they're only about 4 feet tall, and the ship, I forget how big he said the ship was. You just think, and he's never been shown to be wrong. He's never lied. Nobody can catch him in a lie. He hasn't lied. And to keep this perpetuating, and it's the same thing over and over, for that long. I don't know. Les, have you ever seen anything? I haven't, but I do believe there is something out there. Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I have. Yeah, not little aliens, but everybody's saying, "Well, Les, they're coming to get you," because you keep seeing them. Sarah says, "I never saw the original V. I loved it until about 10 years ago via Netflix. Those aliens were here to exploit us, and they were very thinly disguised Nazis. And they were lizard people. Weird lights in the sky, April, I have. Yeah, I loved V. I really did. I think that was out, what, in the 80s? I think Mark Singer was in it, I believe. I know Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger was in it. He was the nice one. Then it just got crazy last year. I was like, last 2 years, I'm like, okay. They were here to enslave us, and their logo was a modified swastika, early 1980s. Yeah, I could have come up with a better logo than that, but oh yeah, I don't trust any alien. If they exist, I don't, which I believe, but I don't trust any of them. I don't like the fact that they're in our airspace. I don't like the fact that they're being bold to where people can see them. I've seen them with the naked eye. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really, really don't. And even what's his face? I'm looking right at him. He's in the wheelchair. I have the movie Theory of Everything. What is his name? He's famous. Hawkins, yeah. No probing allowed. Yeah, Stephen Hawkins said, yeah, he believed they were out there. He said, but what makes you think they're friendly? He said, be careful. He said, because they may not be so friendly. And I agree with him. Just like everything else, smile to your face and boom. Tina, hello. Stephen Hawking, yep. Les, what's the strangest thing you've seen in the sky? An armada of ships, alien ships. That's the strangest thing I've seen. And trust me, I was like, I called everybody. Wonder Woman! Probably thinks our planet's nuts, probably. Yes, some say that they've been here to help us, and others are like, well, they just gave up on us because we're a cruel race. And we really, truly are. We really, truly are. Think about it. But I don't understand why they're going to piss with a little teeny tiny planet in a galaxy way away. And if you look at our galaxy, the Milky Way, we are literally a pinprick. Literally a pinprick. We're nothing compared to the rest of our galaxy. Nothing. Why be interested in us? Why in our solar system? A little nothing. Nothing. So, yeah, and we really are a cruel race. Look what we do to each other. We're willing to kill for nothing. How crueler can you get than that? Is there any redeeming quality in humanity? And that's why they're coming. Because there's maybe not. I have hope for humanity. That's me. I do believe that there is hope. But we are an enigma. We're not an enigma. We are just plain. We are so insignificant. We are so prehistoric compared to them. Maybe that's why we're fascinated. We're fascinating. I just wonder what it's like out there, because I believe there is another species out there. Leaves a lot to the imagination. Honey, I believe there's plenty. But apparently there has been contact with enough. Apparently they've been making contact. Apparently they had a hotline to the reticuli system. They had a hotline there. And maybe that's what Close Encounters of the Third Kind was about. No, they've been here forever. Literally, they've been watching this planet forever. Oh yeah, Lisa Luton, her one true love was Marvin Hamlish. Aww. So apparently, has anybody seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Has anybody seen that movie? Old Richard Dreyfuss and all that. I've seen it about 30 times. Still a good movie to this day. He's still crazy nuts. I love Terry Garr in that movie. I just loved Terry Garr. I really did. Still check in. I wish we could be to a point to communicate with civility. No, but now I have to. I have, and honestly, I really didn't think it was that good, says Sarah. Yes, about 15 times, says Anna. Yeah, I loved it. I did. I can't help it. I really can't. And especially now, since this story had come about. Now, back when Eisenhower, it was around the time Eisenhower was president. I heard that Terry Garr has MS, and that's why she doesn't act anymore. I wonder how old she is. That'd be a shame, but I did love Terry Garr. I always have. I always thought she was funny, and I always did love her. Now it was around the time Eisenhower, maybe it was at the end of his presidency, and they had, I don't know how they came across it. I don't know, and maybe I should check into that. they had, see, Eisenhower was totally in to the alien thing because he wanted their technology. He wanted to make weapons. She's 74 years old. Awesome. Each kid that come along had to watch again. This is Anna. Older than I thought. She's 74. Yeah. Awesome. She's still kicking though. Well, anyway. So I need to check the backstory on this, but somehow, like I said, Eisenhower was totally into it. Nixon, who was the vice president, he was there by accident. For real. And that's how he ended up believing. Well, anyway. So they had this device. And they had these so-called aliens that were here making a deal. Can you imagine? Aliens making a deal with us. Okay? And it was a couple of species. And one of them was the so-called Greys. And they made a deal. And they gave them this communication, which, like I said, was a hotline to the reticuli system. Hotline. And they would show our government how to work it. And in return, they were allowed to abduct U.S. citizens. But the caveat was that they had to inform our government. Now, I'm just saying what was said, and what they're saying and stuff like that, and written and stuff like that. The caveat was they had to tell our government who they were going to remove for a while, what they were going to do, and when they were going to come back. Well, like I said, never trust an alien. Because they started out that way, and then it was only supposed to be certain number of people and certain people. Well, they just said, what are they going to do to us? We can destroy them with one shot. They ended up doing whatever they wanted to do anyway. But in return, though, and this is why I think Close Encounters, because if you watch Close Encounters at the end of it, these people that were going into the alien ship at the end. Oh, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but I have to tell it. But you have to see how they get there. It's very boring until the very end. That these people, they had no families in the movie. There was no families. Richard Dreyfuss was there, yes, and he had a family. He left them a long time ago. She left him. He was having his visions of, Devil's Mountain and stuff. And that he was drawn there. And he was taken. He wasn't supposed to. And they were like, all right, let's get this man dressed and ready to go, And they did. Now, apparently what had happened, same thing happened in real life. And this is where I said, the idea of close encounters of the third kind came in. Because I think there were 7 who went to the reticuli system. And none of them had family back home. Okay? So something happened, they didn't come back. But they were volunteers. And they went. I think 3 of them, 2 of them died there. 1 of them died on the way home. Because they were only supposed to be gone 7 years. Well, they ended up being gone like 9 or 11. I can't remember the name. I mean, not the name. I can't remember the amount. It was 9 or 11 years. And they kept calling, and all of a sudden, they couldn't contact him anymore. And so, whatever was going on in the reticuli system, they sent him back. And so two died there. One supposedly died on the way back. One died shortly after they got back, and it was due to radiation. The reticuli had a binary binary sun that just went around itself, and they one lived. I think one lived 12 years after they got back. Another one lived a long time after they got back. And they were telling the story. And what they told of what they experienced, I don't know. The only thing that was said was the radiation got to them. The two that died there. And they never, what I have researched, maybe, of course, I can miss a lot of things. We all can, I guess, when we're researching. I don't recall seeing where they actually said what happened in the reticuli system. But I'm surprised they were allowed to come back. But apparently when they came back, whatever apparatus they had to, the hotline to the reticuli system, they took that with them when they left. After they brought them back, and then took them back. So this is all. So was this based on actual events? This is what they were saying, that Close Encounters, yes. This is what they were saying. It was based on an actual event that happened. Except for it wasn't so dramatic. I mean, it was out on the, it wasn't, in the hills or anywhere like that. Maybe aliens knew they wouldn't be believed. I don't think the aliens care. I'll be honest with you. Johnny B, hello. People think aliens care. They don't. They don't give a crud. They really don't. They don't care if we believe them or not. But apparently there's been communication. And, of course, they're looking at radio frequencies and stuff like that. And, the movie Contact, that was based on a real thing. No, the victims, Les. Yeah, well, the aliens don't care if people believe them or not. They don't care. That's what I'm saying. They don't care if they're believed or not. They really don't. They don't give a crud. You gotta really figure out that they have no feelings towards us. We are so stupid and insignificant. But I do know this. I'm never volunteering to go in one of their ships. No way. No way, no how. Wouldn't we like to have one on your show? I won't be here. I think those people who get probed in their sleep. Yeah. But you think after so many years they would be done probing us? The chat room be cramped. Yes, it would. But what's scarier, to know that they're here and the government knows about it and not saying nothing, which I think is stupid because every other government is already saying, everybody knows. Whether you believe it or not, it's a different story. So it wouldn't shock the masses, but in a way it would. It really would. I think there would be civil unrest for a while. For a while. North Carolina, hello. I believe aliens are going to make slaves of humans. Of course they are. We can't fight them. We don't have anything to touch them. So what do I think they want from us? If they're trying to learn about us, that's what I've always been told. Nice Ann says, well, I honestly believe, lots believe. Oh yeah. I think it's like 40% believe. They're fascinated with us because apparently, I mean, look at the way we treat other beings on our own planet. Yeah, I already said that, North Carolina. I said we are a cruel species. We really are. But apparently, if you listen to the people in the know that has seen the little grays and talked with aliens and stuff, and these aren't just some passersby. We're talking about people who are in the government and says, "Oh, I'm out of here." But if you believe what they say, which I don't know, is that the reason why we, Liz, are those vanilla creams? No, they're lemon cookies. They're lemon. But if you believe what they say, this is what they say. Is that with the little gray aliens, their species is dying. And that they're probing us to learn how we work, to see if their species can meld with our species, so their species can survive. Johnny says, if we as humans haven't seen a true alien, but we as humans are only here, aren't we the aliens? Exactly. Exactly. But the thing of it is, people have seen. And it's just that the majority, there's only about 40% of the people. So 60% of the people, I'm going to shoot everything down. But yeah. So, yeah. So who knows? Maybe they are trying to build up their species because theirs is dying. Who knows? I know it's an abomination. The cookies are fantastic considering they're the first I've had today. They're fantastic. Don't worry about your typing. So there you go. But S4 is not the place. I mean, is the place, not the actual compound, the main facility at Area 51. But what about the Venetians among us? I want to see one of them. I'm gonna be like, take me to Venus. Takes 3 years. Just take me to Venus. I want to go and then bring me back. Round trip, 7 years. I would go in a heartbeat. I have to admit, that one I would. I would climb in their ship. But I don't know how many Venetians. And see, the Venetians are blonde hair. But I don't like the message that they're sending, if it is to be believed. But if there are any, I'd be like, I want to go to Venus and bring me back. I want to know what's underneath all that humidity and tropic. Bill Sider worked in that S4. So did Bob Lazar. It's interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I have to ask, what are the Venetians? Venusians. They are the aliens from Venus. They are from Venus. Birdie Sue, hello. Long time, hon. And it says, meant what they eat if we not the aliens. My other sentence made it like they eat us. I don't know what they eat. Don't care to. Both, I believe, are whistleblowers that needed to tell the truth. Exactly. Exactly, Johnny. Exactly, Johnny. They work there. They eat lemon cookies. Well, they can't have mine. I just ate them. They'll have to give me about 30 minutes, and then they can have what's down there. E.T. drank beer and ate Reese's Pieces. Hell yeah! I tell you what, the sales of Reese's Pieces went up. Skyrocketed. Any questions? Any questions from our wonderful audience? Oh my god, Reese's is my absolute fave candy. Just for information, everyone. Everything going high, Les. Awesome. Remember the movie Stargate, Les? Yes. Yes, I do. Wouldn't that be neat? Bob Lazar stole a sample of the element 115, and that's why FBI is still bugging Bob. Yep. I told him that. And nobody knows where it's at, and he won't say. Be nice, we could take a space ride together. Don, the OG, hello. What was the message Venetians were sending? What the Venetians said, and believe it or not, there was one that was in our government, and Eisenhower talked to him. Well, the alien took over a human, then became raw. I remember. Yeah, that's true. It's what happened. And what the Venusian said was, and what Eisenhower talked to him about was, Eisenhower wanted the technology, but this Venusian, um, he said, "Look, we can help you. We can end diseases. We can end poverty. We can um, basically that in itself is absolute." He said there will be no need for currency. Everyone will be self-sufficient. We can save the planet and that kind of stuff. Eisenhower said, yeah, that's fine and good, but what about the technology? And he said, I can give you all of this, but I cannot give you my technology. And so Eisenhower said, we'll discuss this. So he lived at the Pentagon for like 3 years. Came and goes as he pleased. They thought he was there the whole time. He's like, nah. He said, just walk past him. He said, trust me, it'll work. And that's when he befriended some reporter guy who had a reputation above reproach, and his son has taken over now. But that was the message that the Venusians were trying to send. Now, this reporter guy asked him about God. And Venusian said, there is no God. That there just is. And so, whether that part's true or not, because, he didn't really believe in God to begin with, but I don't know. I don't know if any part of it is true. But apparently, he's still on this earth, and he is in his ship. They moved the ship. The ship was in Virginia outside DC. And the ship was moved. And this guy would visit it every so often, every time, what's his face? I forget his name now. Would come and talk to him. And now he talks to the sun. So, but they won't say where it's at. This ship. So, but basically what the Venusians were saying, look, we can help end all of this. So the Venusians look like Barbie dolls, or is that a disguise? I just know they're blonde. I know that they're blonde and they're fit. So, and they have these. The reporter guy said these spacesuits. He said he's never seen a material like it. There's no seams whatsoever. They try to accommodate for humans when he was there. But that he described what he saw, and he said it was a family, but they all left and he stayed behind. So no, they don't look like pasta. Oh my god, I just know that they were blonde. You know how they have the tall aliens who are white? The Venetians are blonde. And yeah. So there you go. There you go. But S4 is the area where the good stuff is. Never heard of blonde aliens. So much to learn. Oh yeah, there's all kinds. Now they say that the lizard ones, there is a race, the reptilian race, and they're the meanest in the galaxy or in the universe, and they are also the strongest. So, you know. And I love how they say that the Queen of England is a reptilian. I just really. Village of the Damned were all blonde. Oh, yeah, that's right. So in order to get to S4, you need to get by Area 52. No. Right, which I assume ain't happening. Area 51. S4 is on the Area 51 compound. Everybody just thinks of the main building as Area 51, but it's actually a gigantic compound. Dawn says she's pretty old and been healthy. And so Area 51 is a gigantic compound. I was afraid to have a kid after Village of the Damsels in Lysander. Yeah. They were all blonde. Yeah. So what's at Roswell? Maybe that's a topic for another day. Nothing's at Roswell. Nothing. That's just where the crash happened. There's nothing at Roswell. Nothing. Absolute. Not a zilch zip. Nothing. Nothing there. They went and scoured that place and picked up every little piece they could. So they scoured it. And the guy that actually reported that crash, they took his camera, took his film, and he ain't been heard of since. They faked us out, but gave the town a small way to make money. I'd go, just say I've been. But there's nothing there. But I think they have pizza or pasta there. Venetians. Yeah, I remember you telling us about the guy who reported it. Yeah, he ain't been heard of. He said, I'm out of here. Snickerdoodle, I'm still here, just eating a late dinner. Awesome. Area 51 is the decoy place, and S4 is where the crazy shit is. Exactly. See? See? Johnny knows what I'm talking about. Yep. So, I thought Snicker went to sleep. I really did. Wonder Woman. Where is S4 located? It's on the Area 51 compound, and it's 15 miles south of the main place at Area 51, where everybody's going to storm. Storm Area 51. It's still on the compound. It's still on the property. It's 15 miles south of there. Venetians give anal probes with red wine enemas. Sticker's like, nope, I'm still watching. But that's for all the, you know, off of Papoose Lake. That was Groom Lake. Ah, hadn't heard of it. See, that's just it. Nobody talks about it, but that's where the good stuff is. And it's not like it's a secret. It's been told. Just nobody listening. Are you going, Johnny B? I suspect this Area 51 storm will be about as successful as Woodstock 50. Exactly. Exactly. Todd B. So who guards this? Same ones that guard the main place. Same ones. Same ones. So much knowledge in this room, says April. It's the Leslie Morning Show. Johnny says, nah, just love this topic. Heck yeah. Jaquila, hello. Reticuli. Anna says, well, I snuck an Ambien 15 minutes ago, so need to go, you know. Take my Aussie out and lay down and dream of tall blonde probing aliens. Ah, hmm. Liz, I need a light snack, dang it. Me too. I need dinner. I truly do. I'm like, oh shit. I think I'm gonna have me a ham and cheese sandwich. But I hope everybody had their flow on. I had mine on. Don't want the government to know what we're talking about. Anna says, have a great night and hope to see you all soon. Same here, Anna. Thank you for coming in, honey. April, I'm always hungry when I come here, unless I could never go all day without eating. I actually forgot until this evening, and I was like, oh man, it's too late now. I gotta go to live. Dead serious. I did not have time. Jumped in the shower, and BLT sounds good, and I got that stuff. Oh man, same here. BLT does sound good, but I don't feel like cooking the bacon. Not right now. Like I said, I jumped in the shower, got in the shower late. I was talking to Donna, my granddaughter, and then I said, man, I don't know what to do a topic on. I said, let's do S4. And then I got in the shower, and it was too late for me to do anything, so I was like, crap. I'll just eat after the stream. April says, for you're in Chicago, right? Or maybe I'm confused. No, he's in Chicago. I wonder if my phone's charged yet. It was dead as a doornail. And then plugged it in. Nope, not quite. Oh. Okay. No, that's halfway full. Halfway charged. Let's see, what's the temperature? What? Not bad, 73. Liz, we need a topic for Friday. Alright, y'all decide. What topic you want to talk about Friday? Let's go with me to the Monsters Cafe. As long as they have hot chocolate, sure. No, my sinus is starting to drain. For so am I. Brisket, oh my god, yum. So what do you guys want to talk about Friday? You gotta tell me. Oh, by the way, I finally ordered Leo the sea lion. I just kept forgetting. Oh. It's in Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. I want to go so bad. Is Friday spooky stuff still? I don't know, because I actually ended up doing alien stuff on Fridays. I'm not a spooky person, but hey. Y'all decide. Then y'all decide if you guys are wanting a meet up here in Heath. Friday we'll talk Lionsgate Portal. Is that what I'm thinking it is? So everyone, what would be a good topic for Friday? Doc is, or can we talk about the Oort cloud? Is the Lionsgate Portal what I think it is? You'll have to remind me. Never heard of the Oort cloud. I'd be, how about Atlantis? I can do that again. Aquila Ice Stone, so everything catches my interest. Mmm. Okay. It's some kind of spiritualistic event in which people claim that a lion's portal opens, yeah, allowing for major and miraculous change in life, good and bad. That's what I thought it was. Todd wants to talk about Atlantis. We can talk about this stuff other than on Friday. You know about that, or the Oort Cloud, or Atlantis. Like I said, we can talk about this stuff during the week. It doesn't exactly have to be a Friday. Because I wasn't really doing live streams on Fridays, but hey, might as well. Unless I'm busy. This Friday might be a little difficult. Let's talk Atlantis, says Big Feet. This Friday might be a little difficult, so I might do that Thursday or tomorrow. Bermuda Triangle, just throwing things out that interest me. Because I'm supposed to be, hopefully, if everything works out, y'all, I will be live streaming during the day on Friday from the zoo. So, I would love to do Heath meetup. Maybe Megan could even go. Megan's in China. I would love for her to come, but it's not that easy. Yay, can't wait for Zoo. Me neither. I feel... Big V fell asleep and just woke up. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. No, I mean Megan, the one I'm lynch. Oh, okay. Alright, I get it. Alright, Doc. I get it. Yeah. Well, you never know. Never know. And like I said, you guys, we can talk about anything at any time during the week. I mean, it doesn't just have to be on a Friday or whatever. This Friday just might be a little difficult. I don't know how tired I'll be. I don't know. I might go live Friday. I don't know. I'm supposed to be going to the zoo, so we're going to see. And I like to get back before dark, so I should be back pretty early. I should be back about 9. What about Stonehenge? Yeah, that's going to take a while. Yeah, I can do Stonehenge. It's that one's just going to take a while to put together. Take a few, because there's a lot more to it than just bricks. And there's plenty of them around the world. That's not the only one. Have you ever talked about the Baltic anomaly? No, I have not. Maybe I could. We have both been fixing to do some kind of meetup with our online friends. We were going to go to Jungle Gyms or Kings Island. Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of great topics out there, you guys. And I'll be throwing in some that interest me. Like mine is Egyptian, ancient Egypt, Egyptian mythology, that kind of thing. I believe it's a crashed UFO. We're going to have to see, John. Yeah. I'm going to have to check into that. Because I really don't know a lot about it. I've heard of it. A lot of things I've heard of, I just don't know a lot about it. But like I said, what about the pyramids? There's a lot on the pyramids. Oh my god. There is so much. And it's not so much the pyramids I'm interested in, it's the Sphinx. And what's underneath Giza Plateau. That's what interests me. Our friend Dia has been dying to come to the States to see us for the longest. She is in the Philippines though. Oh. I dated a girl from the Philippines for about 2 years. Nope. So, well, anyway, you guys, we'll think of something good. I'll pick one of the topics. I'll just go down the list and see what we can learn, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I should be able to come on Wednesday night. I should be able to. I don't think I have anything to do, so yeah. So I should be able to come on tomorrow night. Should be able to. So I want to wish everybody a great day, or a great night, I should say, and thank you so much for coming in. Thank you everybody for participating. I truly appreciate it. You know, just, it's fun just touching on topics just to get your brains going. And then after we touched on it a couple times, then you can really dive in. So, and there's a lot of things that mixes with all stuff. So, that's why I call it conspiracies, But until we meet again, I hope everybody does have a great night and great day. And we'll talk later. Bye.